Could the next US president be a gay man? This is a question that I think is on a lot of people's minds right now with Pete Buttigieg running for president in 2020. And I have my own opinion on this. I'm sure that you guys watching have your own opinion. I would love to hear it in the comments. But I do want to start off by saying that despite who's currently in the White House, and despite a lot of, controversial things happening politically right now in the United States, I have to say I'm proud that at this time, in this era, and being a millennial and watching what's happening, I'm proud to see the progress we're seeing despite the things that I just mentioned in the Trump administration. I mean, look at the people running for president. Among them, we have a socialist Jew, we have a black woman, and we have, of course, this gay man, Pete Buttigieg. And these aren't just like random candidates that, have zero chance of being president. Like, they're getting a lot of coverage, they're getting a lot of attention. Now, to be frank, I don't personally believe that the United States is ready for a gay president, even though I think there's a lot of people who are supportive of gay people or who just don't really care one way or the other. I do think there's enough of a community in the United States who are opposed to that and who would be very quick to protest and picket in the streets and do everything in their power, throw money at Republican candidates and different, all those keep marriage sacred associations or whatever that are out there and try to find a way to bring this down. I am, again, still proud to see a gay man running for presidency. I think it's beautiful. I think it's incredible. And that he's getting a lot of support and a lot of attention for it. That being said, I also would never think a socialist Jew could even be in the conversation in America to be president. And yet Bernie Sanders has built a loyal following and he's back at it again, running for the second time in a row. So, I do think all things are possible, and I think Barack Obama is a fantastic example of this. He, wasn't a seamless campaign or presidency, but he basically swept the country off its feet when he was running for president. And to think that he not only beat out Hillary Clinton, who was an established politician and American public figure, but he went on to actually win the whole thing. He became president of the United States for 8 years. So I do think all things are possible, but I just don't know that the country, honestly, or rather the conservative portions of the country, are ready for a gay president. In a really weird, twisted way, I actually feel that if he was Republican, he would have more of a chance of becoming president. And I think that that's because, from what I've observed, a lot of Republicans love to have mouthpieces that mask the racism, the bigotry, the homophobia, and all those things that many, many conservatives tend to have inside of them. Republicans love a black politician on their side because it's a token example of, look, we can be cool and hip and modern and still be totally conservative. I think they like pushing that agenda of, look, we have black friends too, we have gay friends too, But because he's Democratic and gay, I think a lot of conservatives in this country see someone like him as the epitome of the destruction of American civilization. He's the epitome of liberalism, and this is out of control. This gay man running for president in the United States of America. The last election in 2016, it was this buildup of frustration, of voices that feel stifled in America. I think a lot of individuals in middle America and small towns have felt isolated and they don't trust their government, and I think it all kind of boiled to the surface and it led to the election of Donald Trump. But I think that now what we're seeing is the pendulum is swinging the other extreme way. It went all the way to one extreme And because of the backlash of the Trump administration, now we're seeing it come all the way back the other way. Regardless of who wins the upcoming election and whether Pete Buttigieg could possibly win, I think we're in for a very dramatic, intense election, unlike probably one that the US has ever seen before. I am fairly confident. At this point, I would be shocked if President Trump got reelected, just because there's been so much backlash. I think even from his own community, if we can say that. I think Republicans don't even want him to stick around, generally speaking. What do you guys think, and who has caught your eye from the upcoming election?